Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's show is being preempted because I'm at
Mountain City Pro in Olathe, Kansas.
Thank you. Now watch this.
I keep looking at that watch, but you want my
YouTube, Phable Show. All right, I'm out of here, gentlemen. Have a good night.
Station boys and girls, it's time for Blame Phable and his amazing friends.
This is Phable for One Collection Down.
Yeah.
I started One Collection Down as a way to share my love for comics and pop culture. But I also started it so I could seek out like-minded people who love the things I loved. This community is everything. It's changed my life.
Blame Phable, blame Nick, blame the brother, that's Joe. Blame Stu for the jewels as we stick to the code. PCP on me, bad batch, this one's for the bros. And the ones that paid away for everything that we know. Figgy Friday is a vibe, let me put you on game. Don't forget to throw your sets on Saturday with the game. A lot of things that cover remark if you're drawing a blank. Cover A's and variants, man, we one of the same. Gotta read between the lines, all the things we can handle. We should talk about art while we look through the panels. Wanna talk about smarts, are we taking the channels? Dr. Strange, Dr. Doom, how we holding the candle. Either way, the sorcerer supreme. Backlog bros, we do this for the team. Spread love, that's part of the regime. Every day is a movie, we just trying to peep the scene. Have discussions about the things that we seen. Real nice, but our comic game is mean. So come kick it with your boy, we got amazing friends. A call away, all you gotta do is station in. What a great event, stay tuned as we grow. And stick around to the next episode.
Station, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the all new, all different Blame Phable show. Glad everybody could make it tonight. It's Friday night, man. Let's get into it. Of course, I'm always joined by my homies from the PCP Army Bad Batch. So let's get them out of here. Let's start this show right. First up, we got my brother, my ace, Nick, Comic Culture.
What's up?
Hey, shit. What's going on, Nick?
Not much, man. Just playing this DC Dark Legion. I've been loving this game. It came out today. I'm a sucker for mobile games, and yeah, dude, I'm building out my base. So if you guys are playing, man, hit me up in the chat.
That's so you're trying to push that in back chats, man.
Yeah, I need some active players. I need some energy. Somebody help me build this, upgrade this level here. Come on now. Anyway, showtime. What's up, dude? How you been?
Thanks for joining us tonight, Nick, man.
Yeah, man.
Always love having you. All right, let's bring out our next co-host, man. My brother from another, the Dr. Doom's fan club.
Station. What up, fellas? How we doing?
What is going on, Doom?
Same old same, man. so glad to be here with y'all. Yeah, pretty good week.
Are you playing the DC video game on your phone?
I am not.
Yeah, it says the invite is pending. It's been pending for a whole day now. I don't know what the hell is the problem. I don't know. Let me refresh real quick.
Yeah, my bad, dude.
Yeah,
I would get in there and you would mount the floor with me. So yeah.
He probably gets like 100 points or something if you join the game.
I know he's already got it all structured out in his head. He's already probably leveled up crazy.
Do I have a spreadsheet? Maybe. I don't know.
Well, Stu, man, as always, thank you for joining me tonight, brother.
Of course, man.
Always happy to have you.
Always happy to be here, bro. Yeah, man.
Let's bring out our next co-host. My big bro, the one and only, Big Herm Collectibles.
Station. Oh my
what
God.
Up, bro?
Sorry.
Here we go.
I got some technical difficulty. I was trying to get this on the Mac and it wouldn't work. I had to download this, download that. Next thing you know, it's time for the show. And once again, the Blame Phable show has technical difficulties. It's coming with me. So Station, everyone, what's up? I'm back. You know what I'm saying? You
Good to
guys
see
know.
you, bro.
You guys know. I gotta bring extra hype energy up in here because it's always awesome when I'm on here on the Blame Phable show with my homies here. Let's go, Sam. Let's go, man. What we gonna talk about tonight? Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Yeah, I feel the energy, Herm. I feel it coming through the sucking it all in. Yeah. Did you? Are you playing the DC video game on your phone?
What? There's a DC video game on the phone?
Nick didn't send you the invite? Oh,
I hate
Nick,
you guys
come
so
on.
much. You guys are stupid.
I don't know. If it
I'm
doesn't say
I got a
Marvel,
raid.
I
Hang
don't
on a
play
second.
anything. You know what I'm saying?
My alliance is calling me. Hang on.
Big Herm, always a pleasure to have you, my brother. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Oh, of course. Awesome.
Oh yeah. And I got a special guest tonight, man. Somebody who's been on the show back when we were on the Instagram days, but he's making his big triumphant return. I've been on his shows, a couple of his shows lately, and what a blast I've been having hanging out with him and his crew. So everybody, help me welcome back to the show, Caesar.
Yeah, look at that. Station, my brother.
Station, bro.
What's up, dude?
Salute, my brother. Salute on this
I
happy Friday, man.
Yeah, brother.
I gotta tell you, man. It feels good to be back, and I'm looking forward to. I've like Phable said, I've had this fool on my show a few times, and every time he doesn't say anything good, I just mute his ass. That's the good thing about being a host.
Oh yeah.
You know, when you run your own, you just boop. But lately, actually, he's been pretty good, man. Fable's been pretty good. But I'm looking forward to.
Except when I make fun of him for not liking the Goonies. Did you know this guy?
That is true.
The Goonies. Is he crazy or what?
You know what? I'm old and I don't give a shit. That's the funny part.
Yeah, that's the best part about getting older.
There you go.
I'm a couple years away from mowing my lawn in white socks, black shoes, rainbow suspenders with yellow pants and a white t-shirt, and that's it. And I'm like watering rocks. You know, that's all I care. I'm this close to where. But it's fun, man. Let's get into this. I'm kind of curious to see what we're going to be talking about.
Oh yeah, my brother. Hell yeah, man. Always a pleasure having you, Caesar. I'm glad you're back tonight, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
got a lot of crap to talk about. But before we get into the news and all the stuff we cover, of course, I like to say what up to our wonderful, wonderful chat, man. Let's say hello to them. First up, we got my brother Rogue Collecting in the building. Station saying happy Friday, everyone.
What up, bro?
We got my bro pulling double duty on the show. Dr. Doom's fan club is in the house saying, Station, everyone, happy Friday, man. Hell yeah.
Sexy son of a bitch right there.
We got the Godfather, creator of the CBCAs, Brian LCS, is in the house.
Brian,
what is going on? Friend of the show, man. Thanks for joining us tonight. We got my homie, the Collector P, in the house. What is going on, Collector P? Thanks for hanging with us tonight. We got my homie, Jay from Hydra Asylum Comics in the house, saying, almost missed it, but dropping my like while my show gets going. Have an awesome show, folks. Hell yeah, Jay. Station.
Thanks, man.
Oh yeah, I recently hung out with those guys last Saturday, man. It was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, bro.
Born. Yeah, man. It was cool, man. Those guys are awesome. Him and his crew.
Yeah, they put on a good show, man. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Everybody go check out Jay and Hydra Asylum Comics and the EXP, which he is also a part of.
Nice.
We got our homie, Bad Batch Brother, executive producer of the all new, all different Blade
He's dodging me, man. He's dodging me. You know what I'm saying? He knew I was going to come
Whoa.
And he left me. You know what I'm saying? This rivalry continues.
Dang, wow.
I'm on to you, Eric.
He's on to you, Eric. Station E, how are you, my brother? Thanks for hanging with us tonight, man. We got the moderator extraordinaire, Christina Payne, is in the building.
There you go.
What is going on, Christina? Everybody go follow Christina on her Instagram page. If anybody could drop a link to Christina's, well, Christina, you got the wrench, man. Drop that link to your Instagram page. She's showing her fitness journey as of late on her Instagram post, and man, she showed a picture of of her a couple years ago. Wow, what progress, man!
Yeah, she's doing
Super
great.
proud of her. Yeah. So yeah, everybody go follow Christina Payne, and Station Sister. Thanks for joining us. We got our homie Billy Power Max in the house. Station in the hell, man. Saying Robbie or Phable or Nick, whichever one this is. it's all
You know
the same
damn
shit,
right which one this is. Don't even fuck around.
Of course, Christina doing amazing work, sharing everybody's links, man. Big Herm, Nick Comic Culture. Oh
Thank
yeah,
you.
Stu, absolutely, man.
Appreciate
We got
you.
my homie Ray from Razors Comics in the
What up, Ray?
building. Station. What it do? Comic gurus, man. Hell yeah. Go check out Razor Comics and 757 Hustle Show. They do a great show on the late night tip. I believe Saturday nights or even tonight. Maybe even tonight. Ray, if you're still in the house, let the people know when they can check out your show. But thank you for joining us tonight, my brother. We got our homie and next week's guest, Cantonese comic kid in the building. Jeff.
What up, Jeff?
Station. What is going on, my homie? Thanks for joining us tonight. We got the brother, the homie, Colin Comics is in the building.
Man, what
What's
up?
up?
How are you? Hell yeah, Colin. Showing so much love and support to our show, man. Thank you so much for hanging. We got the homie James Phelps in the house. Hey, shit. Wait, I gotta do this for James.
What up, James?
What's up, James?
What's going on, my brother? Evening Phable and crew. Always nice to see friends on a Friday night. Hell yeah. Always nice to see you in our
Likewise,
chats,
bro.
my brother. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody saying what's up to each other. What was everyone's favorite comic this week? Assorted Crisis Events was probably mine. Yeah,
That's
I
a
think
good
that
one,
was
man.
number one on a lot of people's list for sure,
Yeah.
bro. For
Incredible
sure.
book.
I'm still mulling it over right now. I got a couple more books to read, but yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah.
definitely top 3.
Everybody saying what up, what up, what up, what up. Okay, I think we are caught up, gentlemen. Live Saturday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern. Everybody go check out Razor Comics, man. Like I said, him and 757 Hustle Show. George put on a fantastic hangout over there on Razor's channel. Yeah, definitely. I've been in that. I've been watching that show for a couple of weeks now because I'm a little bit of an insomniac. So I see that Razor's on. I'm like, let me jump in there.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, guys. Let's kick things off with one of our favorite segments. It's become one of the coolest things on the show, thanks to Stu. But this one we like to call Rants and Recommendations. All right, guys. So everybody in the chat, man, if there's something that you would recommend or rant about that you've been into this week, let us know in the comments. I'm going to kick this thing off always with the creator of the segment, my brother Stu. What are your rants and recommendations?
So, just a recommendation today, guys. Y'all, right before I came on tonight, I finished the season finale. I know, and I've already talked about this on my first, I think, recommendation the first time we did this. But I just finished the season finale of Invincible. Holy hell!
Nice.
Yeah, I can't recommend the show enough. The way they do action and superhero fights is they're the best in the business at it. It's just gritty, visceral. It's so real, and it's everything you want to see in a comic book, translated to a TV show. And I think they're doing interesting and new things with the storylines. They're kind of pulling away from the comics a little bit, and it's just it's fantastic, man. The last couple episodes in this season were unbelievable, and you wonder how they're going to live up to certain moments with Omni-Man and stuff like that, and just the presence of this one character, Conquest, voiced by Jeffrey Dean Morgan in the finale, which was basically one 50-minute fight. Was incredible. You'd think you'd get tired of it, but you didn't. It was amazing. I finished it up right before we hopped on. So yeah, man, I gotta recommend Invincible, y'all. It's one of the best things out there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a show that I've only caught the first few episodes of the first season, and I totally loved what I saw, but for some reason I just keep forgetting to go back to it. To the point where I gotta just rewatch season 1.
Yeah,
I feel you.
That's where I am.
I feel like I'm like that with like so much good TV. There's so many like great series. Like I've watched all but like the last 2 episodes of. You know what I mean? Like I have no excuse or no reason for doing that, but sometimes you just lose your way. So yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if y'all get the chance, check it out.
Are you excited for Battle Beast coming out?
Yes. Oh, sorry. Wrong guy.
No, you're good. Yeah, I am. But go ahead, Herm. Go ahead, take it away. Are you a big fan of the? I'm not as like I have read most of the run. That was one of the things, like one of those runs I read early on when I was getting back into comics, and it's so easy to just tear through that run and just you can really read a lot of issues fairly quickly with that run, and it's just great superhero comics, man. It really is. So many self-contained stories, but also like a connecting arc, and it's just such a pleasurable read and like in long form. But yeah, I don't know, but I'm hyped to see members of that universe coming back to the forefront for sure. You are, Herm? You hyped?
Yes, I'm very excited. They can do so much with it. Like Robert Kirkman, like it's looking like if the Battle Beast comic book is successful, we might get more in that world, because that series, like when they told me it was probably one of the most amazing superhero stories you will ever read, they weren't kidding. When I read it, I like breezed by every book. I bought all 3 compendiums and kind of read it. I got the backup companion and read over there. But man, they could do so much with that world. So when I saw Battle Beast available, I'm like, soon. I was hyped. I was like, all right, I got to do this. You know what I mean? It's like you say with the show. That show they did season 1. I saw up to the middle of season 2, but season 1, just that train scene between Omni-Man and Invincible. You know what I'm saying? Just you always remember that train scene. I don't know if Phable got up to that part, but that was just amazing. So and then you guys, they have their own Justice League in there too. Kind of like Robert Kirkman's the man.
That's what I love about that. That's what I love about the universe. It has like all these parallels to traditional kind of stereotypes or archetypes, I guess, in superhero comics. But it's also its own thing. It's its own unique thing.
Yeah. Robert Kirkman, who's a fan of all that, grew up with all that, implemented a lot of that in his books and stuff like that, and you could tell. And it's so well done. Well done.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely gonna get back on it. My bad.
No, you're good, dude. There's a lot out. There's so much.
Yeah, there's a little show called Scavenger's Reign that I keep hearing about. That I don't know, but maybe I might have to watch.
Now you're gonna make me rant.
Nick, comic culture. What is your recommendation or both?
Just a little recommendation. So final order cutoff, I think, is either this Monday or next Monday for the Precious Metal trade paperback.
Yes.
So if you have not had a chance to read that book yet, it's in collected format, obviously trade paperback format. And
I didn't know Transformers had a trade paperback coming out. Precious metals.
Wrong kind of precious metal.
Right?
Wrong kind of precious metal. If you want to read the book of the year in trade format, it's going to be hitting
There you
FOC, I believe, this weekend or next weekend. So definitely let your shop know, and don't buy it from like Amazon and shit like that. They ruin books when they ship them to people. Go ahead and buy it from your LCS if you can. So yeah, that's my recommendation for the week right there. Make sure to take advantage of that final order cutoff, and if it sells well, hopefully we get a hardcover. So get the damn book if you haven't yet in trade format. So there you go.
And go check out Nick's breakdown of Precious Metal as well.
Yeah. Eric and I did almost a 3-hour breakdown of that book as well as Little Bird. So you can check
get
those
the
out
trade and then go hit Nick's channel up for that breakdown, man. It's amazing.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Big Herm. Is this your first recommendation rant thing?
No, I had one the first time you put it out, I think.
Time. Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. I forgot what I was ranting about. I was probably complaining about people, complaining about.
Yes,
Power.
I
Probably,
remember now. Yeah.
yeah, there's something like that. You know, these guys
There's
we
just so
friends
much to
with,
talk
you know what I'm
about, though,
saying?
Herm.
That was epic. That was epic.
Yeah.
What is
So,
your recommendation or rant, my brother, or both?
You know what's funny? Everybody's doing recommendations here. Everybody's being the positive, and I'm usually the positive one, but I'm going the other way. You know what I'm saying? So this is outside of comics. I'm here talking about my Knicks right now. You know what I'm saying? Sports. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I want to talk about my Knicks is our captain went down. You know, spring. He's done for the regular season. He's gonna be back for the playoffs, and everybody just lost their minds. You know what I mean? And it's like the season's kind of over or something like that. It's championship or bust kind of mentality that they brought out here in New York. They got that from the Yankees, and they want to implement that to all the New York teams, and then go further. Then now every state is doing that. You know what I mean? And nah, man, life is short, man. And I remember seeing, and Phable could back me up, how bad these Knicks were for so many years, especially towards the end of the Melo years. You know what I'm saying? It was hard to watch. And this Knicks team right now is so much fun to watch. It's a little different from last year's team. Last year's more defensive minded. This year's more offensive. They're trying to do the other thing, but they're a fun team. There's only like 3 teams they can't beat at the moment, but man, they could beat everybody else, and they're getting there. It's not about it's about the championship, but the journey to get there. Enjoy the games. That's why they play the game, so you can enjoy the games. It's kind of like when you read a comic book and a maxi series, let's say a 12-issue series, and then you want them to win the championship or land the plane in the second or third book. Come on, guys. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't work that way. What's going to happen in the rest of the series? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Nick.
Yeah,
Nick.
Yeah,
Nick,
you
what the
know
fuck
what
does
I'm
that
saying?
Drop it.
Why are you bringing me into this?
Man. Come on, man.
I know what he's talking about, but I'm not going to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I love you, Nick. So
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about some Reds. Let's do it.
But I would just say, calm down to all the Knicks fans. I know there's a lot of haters that like to poke at the New York Knicks fans. Knicks fans, just calm the hell down. Enjoy the game. I understand the ultimate goal is a championship. They got a 2 or 3 year window. They might not do it this year. They might. If they don't, it's not the end of the world. They got pieces. They can keep building. We're there. We're winning games. Just remember those dog days. You know what I'm saying? And I know, like I said earlier, Phable knows what I'm talking about. Just cut it out.
Yes, I do. Cut it out.
Enjoy the rest of the season. Bronson will be back. The team is starting to gel. They're winning games again. Let the bench play some more. By the time playoff comes, people are not going to want to play us. And I'll end it there. Let's go Knicks, man. Let's go.
Oh, my God. My man, Big Herm, does not disappoint with another epic rant, man. Hell yeah. Chop and Drop is in the building. Station Chop, how are you?
Oh, man.
And Christina saying, my IG thanks have lost over 170 pounds, man.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Half my body weight.
That's good stuff.
That is
Hell yeah.
freaking amazing. Amazing. Did I see somebody else jump in there? I did say hi to Chop, right? Yeah, I said hi to Chop. Oh, hey, our sisters from another Mr. Melanin and Manga in the building. Asian, what is going on, sisters? Our homie Omega Slice in the house.
What's
Happy
up?
Friday, y'all. Hello, everyone in the chat. Man,
What up, Omega?
Nick, good looks. I did not know that. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah, Transformers, Conlon. Transformers Kickstarter's up right now. I heard Phable secretly likes Precious Metal more than Transformers.
That's right.
He doesn't want to make Optimus cry.
Yeah. Optimus is very emotional right now.
Oh, still, we got another show to add to the pile. Rogue saying good things about common side effects.
See, Rogue gets it. Rogue gets it. Been trying to tell all you idiots for years, but Rogue understands.
Bro, I'm so happy. I know nothing about ball sports. I just throw frisbees.
Yeah.
Station. My bro, Derek Neiman in the house. Station, Derek. How are you? Knicks fans talking like they already won something. Tell me about
Which Knicks fan is that? Because the ones I'm seeing, they already jumped the ship. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on?
Oh man! Oh, the Treasury edition of the Hickman Sanford Green
What?
one shot. What?
How did that sneak through?
I did not even know that existed.
Holy crap! That's crazy.
Damn! Thank you, Rogue.
Oh yeah, Rogue coming through again.
Yeah,
but
I gotta get that.
Gotta look
my
that up.
bro Caesar, any rants or recommendations for the week, my brother, or both?
First of all, I forgot that. So the NBA still plays. Is that still a thing? I don't know.
Season's still going. Can you believe
Is
it?
it still going?
God.
I'm a baseball guy, so I don't care. Listen, I'm old, so I'm gonna rant. Oh, by the way, I'm a Dodger fan. Sorry about that, homeboy.
Oh man, get this guy off the screen. Get this guy.
Nobody's perfect.
Yankees used to buy championships. Now the Dodgers do. It happened.
Hey, there we go. This is a good time to be a Dodger fan. That's what I'm saying. So, anyways, I'm gonna rant. Like I said, I'm old, so I'm gonna rant. Well, I'll tell you what. 2 good recommendations: Reacher and Daredevil. That's all I got to say. If you're not watching Reacher, I don't know what the hell you're doing.
Hell yeah.
And the other one, Daredevil, goes into my rant. F all those fools who watch Daredevil and call it the boring rebirth, the rebirth boring. It's boring, it's slow. Apparently, people don't like good writing anymore. They don't like setup. They don't like the build up of a good show. They want action 24/7 all the time. And the toxicity that I'm reading, especially Facebook. Facebook is toxic as shit, right? The Facebook comic groups is, I think everyone all lives. Everybody who talks major crap on Facebook, they all live in the basement of the same grandmother. You know what I'm saying? Because it is just ridiculous keyboard warriors that it's very cool to talk crap about something that, because you just want to be in the minority. Hey, look how cool it is for me to, because if you ever watch these people, they'll talk a lot of shit, but they won't comment. They'll just post it, gaslight, and then let the comments go nuts. Right? They know what they're doing. Right? But secretly, they're probably liking the show.
Oh, is that how you get people to like your post? Because shit, that's a graveyard over there for me.
Oh man, are you kidding me? All I gotta say is, Endgame is one of the top worst Marvel movies known to man, and you'll see the comments just go absolutely bonkers, and they just sit back, they light a cigar, and they're like, "Look at that, those morons!"
Let the ad revenue roll in.
Right, exactly. But you know what? Always watch a show first, because there are those people who say, "Oh, I didn't watch it. Why not? I heard it's not good." You know how many good movies I would have missed if I would have listened to people's reviews or my friends who say the movie sucks, don't watch it. I would have lost out on tons of movies that were my top 10, because you have to watch it first, then form your opinion. But don't watch a trailer and go, "Yeah, I'm not going to watch that. That sucks."
Yeah, no, for sure, dude. Oh, yeah.
On a trailer, it's a minute and a half long. Come on, man. You know what? I'm getting so sick of it that I think I'm starting to grow more hair. If that makes sense. It's a reverse. It's the reverse. It's supposed to lose hair.
I thought it was a little more full. Yeah.
You know what? I just recently buzzed it to number 2 because I'd say I don't give a shit anymore. I just don't. I'm already married, so I already got the girl. Right. I'm not single. I'm not trying to get all cool. I don't care anymore. And now I'm raving. I go on podcasts and I rant and rave about all these damn nerds who like to talk crap about a show that's pretty damn good. So, moral of the story, people, go form your own opinion. Go watch the show and then say if it's sex or not. But right now, Daredevil, it's all right. It's pretty top notch.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow. I agree, man. I thought the show was pretty good. I don't know what everybody's talking about, but it is.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it through 3 episodes.
Sure.
We got our homie John Comics with Kids in Belden. Hey, shit, what's going on, John? Thanks for hanging out. We got our brother Beckerman in the house saying, hey, guys, thanks for letting the KC crew borrow Brother Joe tonight. Wasn't that awesome, man? We showed the wrestling match they're at. That was pretty cool, man. So a lot of our homies there. Omega Slice saying, this rant about audiences wanting action all the time is part of a bigger sociological problem where movies are becoming a passive experience. So we're changing the way we write movies and shows. There you go.
Oh, God. I mean, do you guys remember back in the old days when you would go to the movie theaters and the only time you would see trailers was at the movie theater, right? And you would talk about it the next day at school. Oh, did you see the trailer for it? Did you see the trailer for it? And now the trailers are 2.5 minutes long. They basically show all the spoilers.
Yeah.
And now when you go to the movies, you're like, oh, great. Now I'm waiting for Doomsday to come out, right? Or I'm going to wait for this guy to pop up. Oh, I know there's a twist because of the thing. I hate it, man. They're ruining. Go back to teasers. Go back to a minute and a half. Show less trailers. I want to be surprised. I actually want to go to the movie theater and be shocked like I used to be. But now we know too much information before we go to the movies.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I got to be, shout out to when Daredevil Wolverine came out, shout out to the comic community because many people did not spoil it. I mean, they kind of kept it close to their chest because when I was in the theaters and I saw Blade, I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
No one leaked to me about Blade. So I was shocked and I want that feeling all over again. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the comic book community is getting better with that stuff on the whole.
I think so
It's
too.
not as bad
because
as
they're
it used to be.
Yeah, they're getting too much shit talked about them, so they kind of like lay back. Yeah, man.
Well, man, part of my recommendations, if you like to hear rants like that and more, is to check out the comic menu with my brother Caesar. Caesar, who else is in the crew that you're with there?
It's mainly me and Dell, the Culinary Comics. It's our podcast, but we bring in guys like Phable. We bring in guys like Issue X from Comic Sense, Tree City from Dan from Tree City. Oh my gosh, Andrew Louie from Comic Capsule has been a guest, but we also bring in a lot of artists. I'm hoping to get John Jang back. I'm hoping to get John Boy Myers back. I'm hoping to Aaron Bartley back. All the homeboys. Ivan Tao is one of our guests that he loves to come on our podcast. And I found, he told us he doesn't do any other podcast but ours. So I'm honored.
That's awesome,
and
dude.
100%. He's an awesome dude. And he also created our logo. Pro bono. He says, I'm going to make you guys your logo. So awesome. I can say our logo's done by Ivan Tao. I mean,
that's crazy.
To say that.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm flexing, fools.
Flexing. Go check out the comic menu. Over 90,000 followers on Facebook.
On the Facebook, yeah.
Even though he said all of you live in the same grandmother's basement, you were all tuning in to the comic.
You all go. I don't care. You guys, basement, living room, shed. Wherever you could fit your nerdy ass. I don't care.
Oh, I love Caesar, man. I can always bust his balls, and we have a lot of fun, man. So yeah, that's my recommendation. The comic menu on Facebook and YouTube. Go check them out, man.
9:15 every Tuesday night, 9:15 p.m.
Yeah, if anybody could drop a link to that, that'd be awesome. And for my rant today, I want to rant about streaming services, right? So as you guys know, I am joining Rock and Robbie, Pop Culture Philosophers, March Madness 2025 movie festival. And it's been a lot of fun. And I do a lot of these movie things now lately, right? I'm part of the Pop Culture Philosophers crew. So I'm on a lot of their Monday night movie streams. I hang out with Verno occasionally on Blood Splatter Chatter. I'm going to be on Dylan's Horror Show coming up here pretty soon. And I'm doing my own thing. But 50% of the time that I look for a movie that we have to review, it is not available on any of the goddamn streaming sites that I subscribe to. You
got to buy it.
I pay over $100 freaking a month for the freaking Disney Plus, for the goddamn what else there?
Max.
Paramount Plus, Max, Hulu, you know, I've got like 5 or 6 of these things, and I cannot believe that I cannot find Fight Club on any of these streamings. A freaking Fight Club, a freaking American classic.
That's surprising.
I can't find it on Netflix. I can't find it anywhere. This is insane, guys. I really, this shit pisses me off to no end. You have no idea. I have to spend another $3.99, which is really $4 and change because they tax it. They don't actually charge you $3.99. Yeah, get your shit together. Shudder, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, and all the other pluses out there. My Lord, this is terrible. It's terrible. So my rant is against streaming sites, man. Get your stuff together, man.
I follow you. 100%. Yeah.
And those powers combined, just as much as cable.
I know. You put all of that together. What do you got? 30,000 movies and television shows, and I can't get freaking Fight Club? That is insane.
Isn't it funny that weren't we supposed to like cut the cable cord to save money?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I stopped buying Blu-rays and DVDs for this one reason, and making me want to go buy Ultra 4K DVDs again because of this crap.
Yeah, it's true. Very true.
Terrible. Anyway, that has been
damn nerds.
Oh man, another great rants and recommendations. Thank you, Stu, for coming up with that segment. But of course, absolutely. Of course, this is the show where we talk about the latest in pop culture news and topics. And boy, we got a lot of things to talk about. I thought we had nothing, but I hit up our executive producer, and he just hit me with like 7 links, man. It was insane. I was like, holy crap, all this happened this week. So yeah, let's get right into it, guys. All right, let me add our little thing to the stage here. I've got 8 items to cover today, and guys, everybody in the chat, definitely let us know your thoughts on any of this stuff we're going to go through. And guys on the panel, this is going to be rapid fire, so no round tables. Right. After I go through the rundown, if you have any thoughts, just say them right after the rundown. So first up on the table, we've got Daredevil Born Again launches with 7.5 million.
Sorry, Phable. I had the wrong slide in here from your Facebook post earlier. Sorry, guys. Nope, we're good. Okay,
there we go.
Go ahead.
Well played.
Jesus. Am I the guy that Caesar was ranting about? Was that me?
I think, yeah.
Don't get me started again, you sons of bitches.
I know, he does that, man. You got to watch him.
Oh, shit. Okay, Daredevil Born Again launches with 7.5 million views on Disney Plus. Daredevil Born Again enjoyed a strong launch on Disney Plus. According to Disney, Daredevil drew 7.5 million views in its first 5 days of availability on Disney Plus. That makes it the biggest streaming debut on the platform this year. But just for comparison, it does not beat Agatha. It was Agatha All Along or whatever from September, which had 9.5 million views in its first week of availability. And Crazy. It sure does not touch Reacher season whatever the fuck with 50-something million views in its first week or two of availability. But still a strong showing for my man Daredevil. So any thoughts on Daredevil debuting #1 Disney Plus 2025, man?
I'm shocked that those numbers were that low, to be honest with you.
No.
That's kind of crazy to me. I mean, we had such a huge following from Netflix, right? I mean, like, it was huge. Everyone was dying to see this coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a taste of them in Spider-Man. Everyone lost their shit. Everyone was looking forward to this. Born Again, great title. I mean, it's hooking all the comic book fans for sure. Bringing all this back together. I'm surprised it was a little bit lower than it was. I'm surprised Agatha was so damn high. That show whatever. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised it didn't do as at least better than that show. Good Lord. Crazy.
No, I think people know what to expect already with Daredevil. I think that's what it is. Where
it was going to be better.
No, but Agatha, people didn't know what to expect with that character to have her own show. So it was more of a curiosity, right? Where Daredevil, we know we got it. We got the premise and he's going to be mayor, blah, blah, blah. But Agatha, people were still kind of like, oh, are they Mephisto? It will be Mephisto finally get a show. So it was a lot of the, I think it was a lot of the curiosity that did it for Agatha. But
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you. I agree with that. I think 7.5 million is a little soft compared to what I was seeing on my Instagram, right? Because for me, a large majority of the comic book community is on Instagram and posting a lot about this show. And it seemed like everybody was super excited about it. So I definitely expected more. But, I guess it just goes to show, I think twofold. I think one, Disney Plus has kind of had a bad rep when it comes to TV shows and adaptations lately.
Yeah.
I think that kind of maybe softened a few people. And I also think that maybe the normies are over it a little bit. They've had a decade plus of these superhero things. So maybe it's just like, I'm gonna go watch Reacher.
I would agree with you there, but I would say that Daredevil was the exception to a lot of the negative criticism that we've seen lately in the last 10 years. So like especially show wise. I mean, Daredevil is. I mean, is it? Am I reaching by saying that Daredevil is probably one of the best comic book hero TV shows that's ever been? I mean, is that
no?
I
don't think that's a reach.
No, that's not a reach at all.
Is that pretty? You know what I mean?
That's a reach.
That's a reach.
You're reaching there.
No,
really. What's I mean, what's better? Lately, I guess. I mean,
well, I would say Punisher. The first season was probably it.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
those two walk hand in hand to me. Yeah.
It was good. Yeah. I mean, top 3. I mean, is that fair? My point.
Oh no, top 3. No, top 3, 100%.
Yeah, it's so strong. So I was really expecting it to like come back with a vengeance, But I mean, like everybody I talked to, of course, is watching it. But I'm just kind of surprised.
It's word of mouth now. Now it's going to be the fire, right? So people are like, oh, like we have shows like this, and on Phable show, on my show, hey, go check it out. And people are like, oh, really? I heard, go check it out. And then they go check it out, and they're like, hey, it's too bad. And then they tell someone, then they tell someone. So I think after a couple episodes in, it's going to go back up.
Yeah,
it's going to go up. But
yeah, you're right. That wave will start, and it'll. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is until something happens, until the new flavor comes along, and then.
Yeah, I think I really think it has a lot to do with Marvel being up there for so long, like you were talking about earlier, Phable, and people just want different things now. You know what I mean? And so I thought that number you just gave, I thought that was pretty good considering there's a lot of negativity towards Marvel. You know what I mean? So like I said, that has a lot to do with it. Now, if it's a DC show that DC is trying to get up there with the Superman, if that ends up working on stuff like that, people are gonna go gravitate towards that now because it's new to them. You know what I mean? So for what you guys were saying, yes, word of mouth is probably gonna have more views in the future. It's just not gonna look as good because in the beginning it didn't do great. You know what I mean? Or to the standards that people want. But Daredevil has been to me the best superhero show. Comparing to a lot other ones out there. So I love Punisher. Punisher was great. I love the actor and all of that. I thought Daredevil was a little bit better, but all great shows. So it's like apples and oranges when you're picking through these shows. But I think as the shows come on and people start hearing more stuff, and I haven't seen the episodes yet, and maybe even Punisher comes in, you might have a lot of the Punisher fans join. You know what I'm saying? So I think it did pretty good, and I think future shows, if they like this show, whatever comes out in the future, they'll give it a better shot. You know what I mean? Because how good this show is.
Razor brought up a point. I forgot all about it. One of my favorite shows was Penguin. Penguin for me steals everything.
Yeah,
a lot of people talk great about that show.
Different level.
That.
Different level.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Penguin is you especially.
Yeah.
You
And
especially would like Penguin.
He also brings up a great point here. You must have great producers. Mine are always high. Thank you, Razor. Yeah, Razor said that they killed White Tiger. He's still upset. 7.5 out of 10. Pete. Oh yeah, right. What?
They killed White Tiger? Yeah, I'm not watching now. That's it. That's probably why. There you go.
Pete Station, what's going on? That was a dope episode 1. What is up, everybody? Hope you're all doing great. Yeah. Pete, we're doing great. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, man. Hell yeah, our brother Bobby Delgado in the house. Station.
But also remember, people now are spoiled as hell, right? They're spoiled. They want, okay, that's great. What else? What's next? What's the next Marvel thing? What?
Yeah.
We're in that stage now in movies and TV shows, but people are like, yeah, it's kind of cool. All right, so what do we got next? What's in the pocket? Yeah. And we're just spoiled. You just can't take things for what it is and just sit back and appreciate that we're a bunch of adults here watching a Daredevil with blood on a TV show. On TV.
On Disney.
It's crazy. A 9-year-old me would lose my shit if I knew there was a Daredevil of this caliber on TV.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Come on, man.
That's true.
Come on.
Oh, to your point too. I'm so glad they're releasing these weekly. I'm a weekly guy. Like, I don't like it when they drop all 8 episodes on one night. Like, that kills me. I just maybe that's the nostalgia, but like I love one. I like 2 episodes on release day. That's fine because it gets you going, right? Yep. But then I love that water cooler talk week after week after week after week. You know what I'm talking about?
It is old school.
Love
keeps
that.
the show alive. You know what I mean?
It does keep the show alive.
And it gives you and it gives you something to look forward to at that week. Yeah. Because back in the old days when they would binge, you blow that shit in 2 days, and then you're like, what's next? So what are we gonna watch? What are we gonna watch next? I don't know. Right. We gotta wait for another year. It kind of keeps you going, It's like watching The Love Boat every week. I want to know who's going to be on that damn boat next week,
The Love Boat. What the hell? I'm out. There's a lot of wait and see energy from new shows. Yeah, that's what I think too. Now y'all get to talk about it every week too. Agreed, Omega Slice. Hell yeah. All right. Let's move on to the next thing. Number 2 on the list. Justin Lin teams with Keanu Reeves for the Berserker movie. Justin Lin, the filmmaker who steered the Fast and Furious franchise to new and revived heights, has come aboard to direct Berserker, the Keanu Reeves created comic being adapted by Netflix. Batman 2 co-writer Mattson Tomlin is writing the script. Reeves will also be starring in, as well as producing the movie. Also producing are Stephen Christie from Boom Studios, Stephen Hamel of Company Films, and Ross Ritchie. Lin will also produce. The first issue of Berserker remains one of the best-selling comics of the last decade, selling over 600,000 copies. The title itself has sold over 3.5 million worldwide.
Wow.
The 2024 Berserker novel titled The Book of Elsewhere, written by China Melville and Keanu Reeves, became a New York Times bestseller after being published by Del Rey, the imprint from Penguin Random House, the publisher that owns Boom. Any thoughts on Justin Lin joining the Berserker project, man, on Netflix?
Woody Allen could be directing it. That show's gonna be bonkers regardless. Let's be honest. It's gonna be huge. Now, whether it drops off after a couple episodes, that's to be seen.
No, I think it's a movie.
Episode.
It's a movie.
Oh, it's gonna be a movie. Either way, it's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Everybody's missing Keanu Reeves. They all reach up and grab my You know, there is no spoon. You know, so we all know. Come on, we all know it's going to be bonkers. So it's a wait and see.
I wonder how heavy in the CGI it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, have we all read the comic? Has everybody in the panel read the comic?
I only read the first few issues.
Yeah, I keep hearing this word "read." What does this word "read"?
Have you guys looked at the comic?
Because
there's no.
Yes.
Did you guys glance through the pages? Yeah.
I mean, I have 3 of them.
They do things in there that are just insane, even for comic standards. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the amount of gore and violence and everything. So it's gonna be really fun to see how they adapt a lot of that into a Netflix show, because the amount of practical and or CGI that's going to be needed to stay somewhat truthful to the comic. You know, like truthful is a weird word when you're talking about comics to live action, but yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how they can pull that off and then add that mystical element, that cosmic spiritual element to it if they go that far with the character development. It's going to be really weird and funky to see, but I am so on board for this. I just cannot wait. And like you said, I don't care who's directing it. I just want it. I just want it in front of me.
Everybody wants more Keanu.
You know? Well, I think it is important that Justin Lin is on board, because, you know, if anybody goes bonkers with the shit they're doing, have you seen those Fast and Furious movies?
No. Absolutely
insane. So yeah, Justin Lin coming on board, I think it'll help. But yeah, any other thoughts on the Berserker movie?
Bring it.
All right.
That's all. Bring it.
I'm
ready.
Moving on. Now, hold on. I'm curious how non-comic readers will like the weirdness of the Berserker comic once it stops being John Wick.
I'll let you know. Let's put it that way. I'll let you know.
People really like the novel too and have no clue of it being a comic.
I didn't know they made a novel.
Yeah, you see how this shit works?
There you go.
All right, moving on to our next thing. Number 3 on the list. James Gunn provides updates on the DCU, man. So this actually happened a few weeks ago. We didn't report on it, but I just wanted to get on this one because there's a lot of cool updates. So basically, James Gunn and Peter Safran sat down with the folks from Warner Brothers to provide updates on the upcoming DCU projects. So, you know, a few tidbits. There's a lot of stuff, but I took like the best stuff, I think, the most relevant stuff to us. So let me tell you some of the things they confirmed. Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow has officially begun production since January of this year. So the thing is already underway. James Gunn has started work on his next project, but hasn't provided any details yet. So he's already working on his next thing, which is pretty cool. Paradise Lost, which will have an appearance by Wonder Woman, The Brave and the Bold, Swamp Thing, and Booster Gold are all in active development. So definitely expect things from there. Wonder Woman being in Paradise Lost, that's pretty awesome. We're going to see her debut there. Peacemaker Season 2 is set for release this year, with it being officially canon to Gunn's DCU. So if anybody saw Peacemaker Season 1, there was like a Justice League kind of cameo there from the Snyderverse. They're saying ignore that. James Gunn said ignore that.
Done. Okay.
The Lanterns TV show is currently filming, and the Clayface movie will begin production this summer with a planned release for 2026.
Okay.
The animated movie Dynamic Duo, which features 2 Robins, will not be part of the DCU. So there's something that's coming out that's not a part of Gunn's universe. 4 new television shows have been announced. 3 animated projects called My Adventures with Green Lantern, Starfire, DC Superpowers, and a live-action episodic Superman spinoff featuring Crypto. These will all be family-friendly stories for the DCU, so they're going for like a younger audience with those 4. The DCU is striving to release 7 projects per year. 3 movies, 2 live-action, and 1 animated would be targeted each year, as well as 4 television shows split equally regarding animation and live action. So they're aiming for 7
That's OD. That is too
things
much.
a year. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
we'll get into it.
I was going to say something about that.
There has not been a script yet for the Batman 2, and it will remain outside of the DCU continuity. Instead, the DCU Batman will debut in The Brave and the Bold. So that's the first time we're going to see Gunn's Batman. The Authority and Waller is now on the back burner since being announced in 2023. So
Yeah,
Good.
that makes sense.
Good.
Gunn confirms that the upcoming Superman movie will focus on 3 characters. So Superman, Lois Lane, and Lex Luthor, with all the other characters that you see in in those trailers and stuff, all just being supporting characters. Also, the official trailer for the Superman movie should be released pretty soon because the trailer we saw in December was just a teaser. Yeah. So all of that stuff that you heard me say, any of this stick out to you? Any comments on any of that, Stu? I heard you say it's too much.
I mean, dude, come on. I'm excited for them to get the ball rolling, for sure, and for them to start building this universe. But like, that's super ambitious, and I just don't want it to go like the same route Marvel did, where it was too much of a good thing and we got burnt out. I want to have, like Drac was talking about, have anticipation, have build up. Like I don't need 7 things a year. Granted that some of them are going to be family oriented and animated, but still it's just a lot. But I'm excited. I think out of this, I'm really excited that Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is already in production. I'm glad they're making that a priority. I second what folks are saying in the chat about Swamp Thing, man. I'm glad that they're also keeping that one alive, and James Mangold would be sick on that. So it is. I love the Authority, but I think it makes sense for them to shelve that one. And I'm still excited to see what they do with the Brave and the Bold and what this what their version of Batman looks like. So how about y'all?
Oh yeah, I'm glad they got some news on Woman of Tomorrow, man. That's my most anticipated project.
Yeah, that one's going to be. I'm cool seeing Jason Momoa as Lobo too, and that's going to be interesting because I didn't know apparently Lobo was in the original script or something like that. Did you know that, Nick? I didn't know that. Or original part of the story or something, but then got worked out.
No, I didn't know that. No, maybe I heard it one. Yeah, it's not ringing a bell. I wonder what role he would have played. They must have changed the story completely when they.
I know. I'm saying I was trying to figure.
There's no way he's Krem, right? That wouldn't make sense.
Right. Yeah.
That's weird.
There's only 4 things I'm looking forward to the DCU universe, and that is Swamp Thing, Clayface.
Yep.
The Green Lantern show, right? Because it's sort of that true detective style on Max. And I'm looking forward to, and he didn't mention it, but it's happening, Constantine 2 with my friend Keanu Reeves.
Oh, I didn't hear that at all. When did they that one?
Me neither.
It's starting up, yeah.
Oh,
it's starting up. So Constantine is back. He's been wanting to come back to do that role for a long time. Yeah. And trust me, once again, right now, that's the golden boy. He touches whatever and it will turn into gold. I don't give a crap how bad, whatever it is, it will work. So those are my top 4. I'm glad I meant the Waller show, put that way in the back burner, like when the crumbs fall.
Yeah.
And you don't clean, put the Authority, put that shit, just put it back there. Just give us what we want. I don't want to hear that crap.
Good call on Clayface. It's Mike. They were talking about Mike Flanagan, who's done a bunch of great horror projects. They said that script was just too good to ignore, and they had to make that. So
Clayface is a guy who's, if you guys haven't seen my reels on Instagram, I do figures with my comic books. I just recently did a Clayfaces, and I'm doing this reel. I'm like, he's such a badass character. It really is. I think he's a underused villain.
Oh,
he's underrated.
Big time.
Sure.
Big time. Yeah. Anytime they did one of these Batman movies, that was my hope. Like, okay, you got Joker out the way. Okay, you might got Penguin or Cat, whatever. Clayface, what's going on? Yeah, what's up with that? Yeah. That's one of the best, also one of the best episodes on the animated series.
Yeah,
if you remember the old animated
series. Feet of Clay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Beautiful. Well, he's getting his shine right now in Batman and Robin Year One. So like if you like Clayface, check out Batman and Robin Year One. Amazing creative team, and it's featuring Clayface, and it's from a perspective of a Batman who's just now understanding who this character is, and we're getting more into that right now. Like, what the hell is this? His leg fell off. What is going on?
Yeah, super creepy version of the character. Yeah.
He's figuring this out.
Yeah.
First time. It's really dope.
I'll wait for the I'll wait for the audiobook.
Freaking Caesar. All right, man. Yeah, my last thoughts on this one is I agree with Stu. 7 projects. Maybe you're overextending yourself, DC, a little too early, man. That's my opinion at the end of the day with all these announcements. But we'll see.
We haven't heard from the biggest DC fan on the panel, though, Herm.
What?
What are your thoughts on?
What are you looking forward to, bro?
The most, Herm? What are you looking forward
Well,
to?
I'm looking forward to Batman, and more Batman. You guys always talk about all these Batman comics. You know what I mean? Give me.
You're the
all
reason why we don't have a
Batman,
Swamp
you know
Thing
what I'm
book. Got it. Never mind.
saying? Swamp Thing. Who cares? No, I'm just kidding.
More Batman.
Oh shit!
I'm excited for.
Go ahead,
Just
my
like
bad.
just like Marvel. I'm excited for all these DC. It's never too much for me. If you guys know me, give me more. Because what we were talking about earlier, Caesar was just talking about this in the 90s. We didn't have a whole lot of that. We had to wait for a lot of it and stuff like that. So now I'm getting all this. Feed me more. I'm just
there you go.
I never get burnt out. It's just time for me when I can watch it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I won't read them out of my comics because of it. My backlog's gonna get bigger, but I'm all for it, man. Let DC have their shine because I love DC. I'm a Batman. Everybody knows it's Spider-Man and Batman for me in anything. So I'm all for it. Swamp Thing. I can't wait to see what they do with it with the technology they have now. You know what I'm saying? And
for sure.
And of course, Clayface. You guys just said it. Come on. It's beautiful. So beautiful time to be a fan of comic books. That all our movies and shows we're getting. Feed me more, man. Just give me more. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Absolutely. Good stuff, Herm. Good stuff. I missed this comment from Mega Slice, bro. Woody Allen on Berserker.
That'd be dope.
There you go.
Man.
See, that's why I like him.
Yeah.
Man, I haven't seen that cover in a minute.
Yeah, I know. That's
Right?
gorgeous.
You don't see that one very
It's a
often.
good one. Yeah.
We got our brother Gore Vidal in the building. Station Gore. What an honor to have this gentleman in the panel, in our chat rather. A green 9-panel grid and an audience expecting a John Wick clone will be disappointed. Oh yeah. I'm excited for Clayface because it's written by the dude that did Haunting of Hill House. Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Slow it down, quality over quantity. Colin agrees with me and Stu. I wanted Pattinson to be in the new DCU because I love that movie and that take on Gotham, but I'm excited for a new Batman take. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Cronenberg, Dead Ringers, and that Fly director would make an interesting Clayface. Yeah, I agree, Gore. Hell, we just covered Dead Ringers over on Robbie's channel, so hell yeah, I'm in a Cronenberg sort of mood myself. I enjoyed it. I had a few episodes I really liked them. Few that fell flat for me. I guess he's talking about maybe Daredevil.
Creature.
No,
Creature Commandos.
Creature Commandos. My bad.
No, you're good.
Oh yeah. All right, moving on, guys. Moving on. Number 4 on the list, Kirby Vision. A new documentary about Jack Kirby has been announced. Jack Kirby is getting his own documentary, Kirby Vision, and it's from the powerhouse documentary director Ricky Stern, who directed Joan Rivers, A Piece of Work, and UFOs Investigating the Unknown, and producers Dan Braun and Josh Braun, who produced the Andy Warhol Diaries and the Emmy-winning Wild Wild Country, man. So finally, a big-time documentary about the King, bro.
King Kirby.
Yeah.
Long time coming, right?
Well deserved. Absolutely. How many damn documentaries we got about Stan? Now we got one about how he's getting
not enough.
How he's getting
Never
beat
enough.
up in his last years. We got one about his legacy a year ago. Like, yeah, I'm glad to see the King getting and the King lived a really interesting life, just from childhood on up. His time in the war.
Mm-hmm.
Just a really interesting and intriguing life, and such an amazing individual. So yeah. Much deserved. I can't wait to see what they do with it. I'm also excited for that Frank Miller one. That should be dropping any day now. I feel like,
as long as he doesn't draw it.
He's got the cover for it. Yeah, it's just a fetal position. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't do the cover for the poster, I'm all right. I might watch it.
He did do the cover for the poster. That's amazing.
That
shit.
sucks.
That's
look at that.
amazing.
I see you
shit.
have the love for a current Frank Miller like me, Caesar.
No, we all know Frank. I love the old Frank Miller, but the new Frank Miller.
There you go, Scrunch, the Frank Miller documentary.
Oh, yeah.
Power to the scrunch. Power to the scrunch, bro.
Oh man, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Jack Kirby deserves every damn accolade, every damn we would not be here on this show right now. Think of it in those terms if there was no Jack Kirby. That's 100% facts.
He influenced a lot of people that we know. He influenced without him, we wouldn't have the artists that we know, the legends, right? So
we wouldn't have any comics probably. We wouldn't have tons of things. Yeah.
It's funny. I always talk about artists nowadays. It's slowly creeping up, but when you look at a Jack Kirby cover, it's a Jack Kirby. Oh, that's a Jack Kirby. That's a Jack Kirby. That's a Jack Kirby. Nowadays, the new modern artists, you're starting to see a little bit of that. You started to see, oh, I know what that is. That's a Nakayama. It's an Ivan Taro. That's a Kincaid. It's funny how it morphs. You could kind of start to see each other, and you can't go wrong with Kirby. You just
absolutely
can't go wrong with Kirby, man.
Rogue reminding everybody that he's just happy that Frank Miller's getting art from him, and no one has to buy it. So just a reminder.
Sure. Yeah.
Amen, Rogue. Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Well, speaking of documentaries, man, this one is crazy. This one sparked a lot of conversation.
Here we go.
Here we go, Stu.
We get another one.
Number 5, a new Stan Lee documentary is causing controversy. Stan Lee, The Final Chapter, a new documentary being funded on Kickstarter, will reportedly show the sad state of Stan's last years. But the way it is rolling out and the filmmaker behind it, John Bolerjack, are garnering a new round of controversy. John Bolerjack, a comic book fanatic who studied documentaries at film school, met Lee a decade ago through a mutual friend to pitch Lee on making a reality show. Lee agreed, and soon Bolerjack became part of the comic book creator's entourage. John Bolerjack filmed hundreds of hours of footage that he says shows bad behavior by those around the Marvel legend. Stan was appearing at conventions practically up until his death at age 95 in November of 2018. While con-goers were excited to see and hear the legend, behind the scenes, accusations of elder abuse were flying, and Stan Lee's last years were an ugly battle between handlers Kia Morgan and Max Anderson. Although not named in the Kickstarter trailer, Stan's main handler was Max Anderson, who oversaw Stan's convention appearance as his road manager. Kia Morgan, another handler, was actually sued for elder abuse after Lee's death. She was also charged with theft for stealing the proceeds of a signing. The matter went to trial but ended in a hung jury, and the charges were dismissed in 2022. Max Anderson recently pled guilty to charges of tax fraud after being charged with failing to report more than $1.2 million in income from selling autographed Stan Lee memorabilia. John Bolerjack is asking for $300,000 to finish the film and has 60 reward tiers to make it happen. While some notable comic figures are supporting the project for telling the true story surrounding the comics legend, others question the $300,000 ask. Others are questioning the huge number of reward tiers, which include screenings and variant editions of a tie-in comic titled Captured Hero. And even more serious reservations are emerging. Eric Gladstone, a writer-editor who worked at Stan Lee's PAL Entertainment, wrote on his LinkedIn, quote, "I would encourage those of you in my network to not donate to support the new Stan Lee, The Final Chapter documentary on Kickstarter. As someone who worked with and cared deeply for Stan, I think it's abhorrent that the director would offer rewards such as a tour of locations where abuse took place and many, many signed graded items. More importantly, the director is misrepresenting himself and his role. He was not Stan's assistant. Stan only had one assistant the entire time I worked for him, Mike Kelly, a Disney employee who had worked for Stan for nearly 20 years. The director, John Bolerjack, instead was a videographer hired by one of Stan's biggest abusers, Max Anderson, who is featured heavily in the documentary. From what I understand, some of the film is about John coming to terms with his role in the abuse. I also heard John was a part of the recent investigation that got Max into legal trouble, but John's asking for $300,000 to finish a documentary of this scope feels exploitative in itself.
Yeah,
Damning words from a close friend of Stan Lee's. And man, this thing hit the net and shit, it caused a lot of talk. Mostly people feeling just like Mr. Gladstone, that this is a kind of disgusting, and you know what I mean, asking for 300,000, the tears on the Kickstarter, stuff like that.
Is that true that he's offering tours of the locations where abuse took place? Is that real? Is that?
Yeah, that's real. That's absolutely real.
I'll try to find it.
That's fucking ridiculous, man.
And
I'm not gonna watch it. Why would I want to watch?
Exactly.
Why would I want to watch videos of my grandfather being abused in a nursing home if that existed?
Yeah.
Why would I want to watch? Why would I want to support anyone who wants to show the world, look how Stan Lee, this icon, was abused as no, you're taking advantage of people watching him being abused as an elderly person. You're making money. What? He's not making anything. Everything's going to profit. Everything's going to nonprofit. Everything's going to support the old nursing homes and stuff. No, of course not. Come on, man. I don't want to. Stan is Stan. Do you think I want to see senile Stan signing, Batman books and stuff like that because you put it in front of him? Why would I want it? I'm all right, man. I already have my vision of Stan. I don't need to see him in this poor state. It's not for me, man. It's not right.
I'm always happy to see a Stan Lee, anything Stan Lee. I love the guy and stuff like that. I know, we just got into Jack Kirby, which I'm really happy with that documentary. But something like this, even I don't want to see. You know what I mean? We've had a lot of good Stan Lee documentaries where you agree with it or don't agree with it, whatever it is. But that's the showcase. That kind, it's like, you guys, nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see pain like that. No right human being wants to see that. You know what I mean? And for anybody who is a Stan Lee hater that does want to see that, shame on you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can have your opinion on the guy, but at the end of the day, we're all human. You know what I mean? And if you have a heart, you don't want to see something like that against anybody, not even against your worst enemy. You know what I mean? It's heartbreaking, and I wouldn't see it. I'll see all the other ones, but this one I probably would skip. I'm hoping it doesn't get made. It looks like it might. But talking about abusing, that dude is abusing him too. You know what I mean? He's doing the same thing. You know what I mean? Just in a different way. And we need to celebrate these iconic figures. You know what I mean? Not show that part. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not for it. It's distasteful, and shame on them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Nick, I see you got the site pulled up here. I just read that.
This
that
is
one
wild,
blurb.
dude. Good
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah, 0 backers on that one, by the way. Yeah, $500. You get a one of a kind tour through Los Angeles with film director. So yeah, he takes you to key locations featuring Stan's documentary, experiencing city like never before, behind the scenes, anecdotes, reveals secrets of the film production, visit place where bribes were offered, schemes were plotted, and millions went missing. Fuck off. Yeah. You should see all these, dude. Have you seen all these are reward tiers on the left?
Yeah, it's like 600.
Fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I mean, wow. They have OA from Kevin Eastman. They have Roy Thomas meet and greets. They have J. Scott Campbell things. They got Sienkiewicz stuff. They have all kinds of weird music made possible in part by whatever, you know.
Why would someone like Sienkiewicz even be mentioned or something like that? You think Sienkiewicz wants to see something like this?
It's
like
it has to be his like stuff from his original art collection that he's.
I'm wondering if it's just like this guy's got his hands on something. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah,
he probably picked
it has
up,
to be.
Probably picked it up Shadow and Stan for years.
Yeah, like here's a Wolverine Eastman cover that probably already exists. You know,
any of the old timers who are currently with us should go and look at this and go, I'm not going to support this shit. I'm not. You know, Stan was a friend of mine or not a friend of mine. It doesn't matter. I knew the guy. And it's an icky feeling.
Yeah.
Weird.
I mean,
that's wrong.
Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead.
No, I had a chance to meet Stan late 2017 at Wizards World in Nashville, and that was an interesting experience because I was relatively new to comic book collecting, and I just knew who Stan Lee was just from culture in general. And I had some books with me, and I was like, man, freaking Stan Lee's going to be there. This is insane. Let's go meet him. And me and my wife sat there in line for a couple of hours before he even got there. And there was hundreds of people. I mean, like they had to repaint, retape lines and get the volunteers to like weave the line through the crowd because it was midday by the time he actually got there. And when we got there, it still took forever to get through the line, but it was going pretty quick. And the whole experience was basically he had handlers shoulder to shoulder on either side of him. You met the first one, you put your book down, they ask you what you wanted, and then they would shuffle it down to the side, and his hand stayed still. And whenever the book went in front of him, he stayed looking down, and the handler took the pen out and put a new one in, and then he just did the same thing. And they took the pen out, and then the next handler grabbed your book and slid it down. And my wife, I said, thank you so much. You're thank you for everything you've done and everything, and I hope you're having a great day, and thank you so much for coming to Nashville and all that stuff. And my wife was like, oh, big fan of all your work and whatever. And he like looks up and gives her a smile and then looks back down. And then they just put another pen in his hand and they start signing and I'm being shoved to the side. You know what I mean? So like, it was not even then I was like, man, this really sucks, man. And then, watching the trailer, I saw him like sitting there taking photo ops, sleeping, so I have no doubt that he was getting his ass handed to him, and getting taken advantage of. But
the thing is, this is reason why people go, this Stan Lee signature doesn't look authentic. How do you think his signature was at the age? You should see his age. This guy's signing at the age of 94. The signature, my signature 94, is not going to be the same as my signature at 24.
Yeah.
It's going to be different. Oh, that doesn't look like a Stan Lee signature. It's fake. It's got to be fake. It won't be. No, dude, you just said it. Putting a pen in his hand like a mechanical robot, and he's just, it's disgusting, man.
And you didn't know that, like you couldn't quite see what was happening because he's surrounded by people in the line, and then you witness it when you get there, and you feel bad. You're just like, oh my god, man, I'm part of the problem.
Yeah,
you feel guilty being there, but you didn't know what was going on. Shit. So like, I fully understand how bad I was contributing to it too, but like, and there were hundreds of people in line, and those autographs were like 120 a piece probably, and there was hundreds of people in line.
Well, the guy Max Anderson, he got in trouble for not reporting $1.2 million to the IRS for the memorabilia. So you could imagine what he actually made off of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's insane. But for me, I'm going to say that it would be interesting to see something not like this, but like if it was titled Max Anderson, the asshole, you know what I mean, that destroyed Stan Lee, it'd be more something that I might be interested just to see who these people were. And if it vilified them, then that'd be great. But the way it's being marketed, it's like,
I think it's the marketing is the problem.
Yeah, see Stan Lee's last days when he's, being abused. And hey, if you back this thing, we'll take you on a tour of where he got abused.
Right.
I mean, what the hell are you talking about, dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, if he would just...
It sounds fake.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't sound real. It's weird.
Right. If it would focus on the abusers, just so we can have something to see to somebody to hate, like when they do documentaries on these serial killers and stuff like that,
Right.
There's victims involved in that too, but like the way they're doing this rollout, yeah, I could see why people are totally turned off and are totally shitting on this guy, John Boulder Jack.
Why would I want to watch a documentary of people getting away with stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they didn't get away. Well, Kia did.
Well,
Kia did. But Max
saying.
is probably going to go to jail. But yeah, no, regardless, I agree. Yeah. This stirred up a lot of feelings. I saw a lot of people on my gram talking about this shit. Yeah, man. Colin said I had mixed feelings about this, but something definitely feels exploitative about this thing. Oh yeah. I do not want to see these years from Stan. Important to know what happened, but don't want to witness it after the fact. Yeah, agreed. My curiosity is of the people who did it, so I have nowhere to aim my gun in a lot of ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My ire or whatever. Rogue's like, yikes. With the tears, right? The 600 tears. Even if this reaches its funding goal, this feels like a scam. Talking about a scam. It's all terrible. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would I want to pay the press even further after watching it? Yeah, agree. Space Ferret Station, my brother. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
Station, peace.
And I think I think we can all agree. Like, I think it needs to be known what kind of abuse he was going through towards the end. But like,
right,
we feel like this way of going about achieving that is probably not the best way to do it through these kinds of means right here. So like, I think the story should be told. And we should know the truth about everything, and people should be held accountable and everything. But like this, the way they're doing it right here feels a little bit like like what we're trying to fight against at the same time.
Right.
So like,
I think if you have a good, if you have a good amount of footage, and you can show these people doing these things, I couldn't imagine a credible documentary house. Why did you have to go to Kickstarter? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have put this thing out like the people who were putting out the Jack Kirby one.
It's not a bad point. Yeah.
I don't know, man. This
maybe
one
just nobody wants to touch it. They're like, no, we're not going to even fucking.
Well, I mean, if I was a production company, I would want no part of it like this.
Yeah.
You know why? For this particular reason that we're exactly what we're talking about, and the backlash that it's getting. Why would I want a name attached to that?
Yeah. No, agreed, man. This one's nuts. I agree with Nick though. I would like the information because I didn't know who was doing this stuff to him. I just knew he was going through it.
Yeah.
But the way this is rolling out, yeah, this is disgusting. And a sad thing for my man Stan. So yeah. Let's move on to the next one, guys. We got 3 more here. Quick ones. Number 6 on the list, Marvel announces a new Thunderbolts book. As the new Thunderbolts movie is set to drop May 2nd, Marvel Comics is launching a new Thunderbolts book to coincide with the movie. Arriving this June, New Thunderbolts features a roster of both familiar and unexpected characters, including the Winter Soldier, Black Widow, Carnage, the Eddie Brock Carnage, the Hulk, Namor, Clea, and Wolverine, X-23. According to Marvel, the new ongoing series kicks off when Bucky Barnes and Black Widow discover a monumental threat to the Marvel Universe and recruit a group of individuals who will hold nothing back. This series will be written by Sam Humphries with art by Ton Lima. New Thunderbolts movie. Of course, Marvel got a new Thunderbolts comic. Doesn't seem like anything too special for me, but I wanted to just mention it real quick if you guys had any thoughts or excitement for this book coming out.
Who cares?
Exactly.
Nobody. You know what? Nobody cared about the Thunderbolts book until there was a whisper of a Thunderbolts movie being made at the time, and all of a sudden that book started to go on the upcline just for a little bit. But for the most part, who cares? No one gave a shit about Guardians of the Galaxy until the movie came out. So
Rogue said that's just an Avengers lineup with Carnage.
and come on, I mean, whatever. That's just another money grab. That's just what it is.
Yeah, that's how I see it too. I mean, it might be good. It might be good, and I might pick it up too. I'm not going to sit here and act like I won't try it out, but yeah, I just thought I'd mention it because the movie's coming out. I know people are excited for the movie, so Want to let everybody?
I could kind of judge how much faith they have in it by just like creative team at this point. You know what I mean? Like we can all kind of assume that, right? Like I'm not too familiar with the writer or the artists on this one, so it's like I read a lot of books, but like I don't if I don't know them, I'm like, well, yeah, whatever. It's a number one. I might check it out, but like this is not doing it for me.
This is not it, right?
Yeah, no.
Dark
You
Fizzle
won't
in
get
the
rich off
building.
this.
At least they don't have the Steves on the new Thunderbolts book. And Nine Panel Grid said, money grab from Marvel? I am shocked. Absolutely. All right, guys, let's move on to the next one. Comic book legend Rob Liefeld calls comic shops unreliable as he decides to sell his new Youngblood book directly to consumers. After a very public breakup with Marvel Comics over the past 9 months, Rob Liefeld is plotting his future by reviving his team book series Youngblood, but after what he calls poor orders from comic shops for his recent Marvel work and variant covers, he has decided to skip selling these comics through comic stores and instead is selling them direct to readers via the Whatnot live streaming platform. In a Facebook post on March 2nd, Liefeld wrote, quote, retailers have proven unreliable with distribution of my work. I can't allow their inconsistent practices to dictate terms of my engagement with customers. My customers are left scrambling again and again for copies of my work. Liefeld has openly complained about low retailer orders and reports of some stores not stocking his work at all. With the orders from his variant cover to February 26's Batman The Long Halloween, the last Halloween number 5 being the last straw. Quote, when they couldn't even order my Batman cover correctly, that sealed it, Liefeld wrote. For months, I go to stores and their shelves are stuffed with unsold product, 15 to 30 copies of comics that did not move off the shelves and won't unless they are part of a discount sale opportunity. My comics are all gone. My variants, like Time Slide, are hunted at top prices online. My Deadpool team-ups are all gone, and now my Batman cover is sold out everywhere. The retail situation is upside down. I'd rather be the guy with the empty slot due to demand exceeding supply, but all these unsold comics represents a huge misfire on behalf of retailers, end quote. Following his initial post, Liefeld later wrote that he loves and supports retailers and doesn't want them doesn't want them to fail.
Oh yeah, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
But they are no longer reliable to him as a creator. The Youngblood number 1 issues Liefeld is selling through Whatnot store carry the Image Comics logo and are of higher quality. And when Youngblood number 1 is eventually sold to comic shops, it will have their own bells and whistles. Rob Liefeld is one of the most active and most popular comic creators using the Whatnot platform. According to stats from the company, Liefeld has sold 18,000 comics, prints, and other products through his store there. Any thoughts on Rob Liefeld saying that comic shops are unreliable because his stuff doesn't move or is not being ordered?
I go ahead. I just think it's super whack. I mean, there's a lot of things you can say about the comic book industry, but I think right now is not the time to point fingers at LCSs and throw the blame on them with everything that a lot of shops have been dealing with distribution and tariffs and whatnot. I just think it's, I don't know, you like that pun there? I don't. I just think it's been. I think it's a low blow at a time when LCSs really don't need it, and it just, man. Sometimes Rob, I feel like Rob just doesn't know how to handle a good thing. Sometimes I don't know. I feel like sometimes he's his biggest worst enemy. He's his own worst enemy, and he just gets his own way sometimes with these impulsive, petulant things he says, and this feels like one of those cases. I don't appreciate this at all, and I think his comics do sell, and people do order them. I always see Liefeld variants at my shop, and whether they're on the shelf or not, but I don't know, man. I don't think it's entirely truthful, and it comes at a time when shops really don't need it.
Yeah, super agree.
Yeah, he I like Rob Liefeld, but I that whole statement while Phable was reading, I was kind of confused. Like, does it sell out? Does it not sell out? What it sells out over there? But
exactly.
Well, he's trying to say that because he has his own store and his own whatnot thing, and like all the covers that sit at shops or not being ordered at shops, he's sold out of himself. So he doesn't understand how shops are not ordering them or are not selling out of them.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
like what? But okay, Rob. Like every shop that I went to, everything of that particular book sold out except for his cover.
Yeah, right, right.
Like if there's a title I wanted, and I really want to read it, I can rely on his cover still being on the shelf. Like, I'm sorry, Rob, but you're not getting the love that you think you're gonna get, man. You know what I'm saying? People probably want your signature, and they'll probably go to the cons because you are an icon. But it's not the LCS fault that your covers are not, or your particular book is not selling out there. I don't know what LCS you're talking about that sold out. Or maybe you think they didn't order. Maybe they did. They may probably just order like 1 or 2 copies for people who actually pre-order them for their pool. But some shops, if it's not a high demand, they'll probably get 1 or 2 for the shelves, and that's it. And sometimes those 1 or 2 are still on the shelf 3 weeks later. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I know I live in New York. It probably is different for other states. Who knows? But what is this man talking about? Like, you blaming the LCSs because your shit's not selling? You know what I'm saying? And because you went to Marvel thinking it's going to be like, oh, snap, you know what I mean? Oh, my, nah, it doesn't work that way, man. That Pepper ass cover I saw over there, much better than the one you got, that Patrick Gleason cover I just saw. Much better. I mean, I respect the hell out of Rob, but...
Same.
Yeah,
but like, when's the last time a Liefeld cover really blew you away? You know what I mean? I'm just like speaking objectively. I feel like a lot of the people that are rabid supporters of his work these days are like members of the cult of Rob. You know what I mean? I feel like he's got a really solid, loyal fan base. But like,
yeah,
I don't know, man. I just haven't seen.
They're not gonna buy all his issues. They're not go to every LCS and buy them all. They don't have the money like that. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, Rob. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm a '90s baby. I came, I love him to death, but it's just it don't hit like that no more. Cuz I'm sorry.
I know that's my thing. Is like, I know what he's saying, but it ultimately makes him look like he's full of himself.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of covers that stay on the shelf, like Herm said, that may be a lot better than yours, and we can still find those covers. So I wouldn't necessarily like be stingy with Youngblood just because your stuff, you don't feel like it's selling as much in comic shops as it does on your website. That doesn't even make sense because everybody's going to your website because they want you, right? Like, so of course they're going to sell on your website versus a real life scenario, like a comic shop where everybody has a bunch of choices. So I don't know. I agree that he is a legend, and I agree that his voice is important, even though when he says dumb shit. I don't want to down the guy because, like I said, I think his voice is important, and I think we can learn a lot from Rob's experiences. But yeah, this one just makes him sound really self-centered. But shout out to him for drawing some decent feet on this guy here on the cover here.
It's not decent.
I usually have a lot of shit to say, but I'm trying to get Rob on my podcast, so I plead the fifth.
All right, moving on.
Well, hold on. So like, it's hard to even have a comment on this because he's talking out both sides of his mouth here. It's so difficult to like.
Yeah.
I don't think, is he that out of touch about how comic shops work? Like,
right.
All the diehard fans are going to his Whatnot and buying things directly from him so they can be part of that Whatnot process, and maybe they're signed and everything. So like the diehards are buying it from him directly, so they might not be buying it at the shop. And the shops will look at pre-orders after when FOC is approaching, and they'll dictate whether or not they want to put more additional copies on the shelf. So if pre-orders are low, they're not going to order his books and put them on the shelf. You know what I mean? They might take a shot here and there. If there's tons of variants, they'll get a Liefeld variant.
Right.
Like, is he that out of touch about how this works? Because if he's going to shops and doesn't see his books or sees like a copy or whatever, like that's just not how shops work now. And he's, like I said before, he's cannibalizing his own audience. He's you can't sell to both. All your diehards are going to your website. They're going to your whatnot. They're not going to go to both, right? Probably.
Right.
So, a guy that's so into the craft and everything, you'd think that he would be more in touch with how comic shops operate. They're not going to get 10 copies of his book and put it on the shelf if the pre-orders suck.
Right.
Like the comments are saying, they're going to get the J. Scott Campbell, the damn horror covers, right? Dark's got it. Like, are you going to get a Liefeld cover
to his own book? To his own book, if they have like a Danny Warren Johnson Youngblood cover, guess what's selling more?
Right. Yeah, that art germ cover is going to fly, right? So like,
well, he's probably pissed because of the Alex Ross covers he keeps seeing in the LCSs. Why all this Alex Ross? Where are mine? You know what I'm saying?
Right. And it's like I think a lot of the things that he's tied to, like Youngbloods and stuff, I think well, most comic fans are 40, so 40 plus, so it's like maybe people actually buy Youngblood, but like I don't know if Youngblood has a younger audience.
It don't have legs like that. No,
right.
And it's just like he's finding ways to like worm his way into the news cycle. Like, remember a week or two ago he was talking shit about Feige, and now he's destroyed the MCU, and he's got to get. And it's like, whether he's right or wrong, it's just, I don't know, man. Guy's got a history of burning bridges, and I just feel like he's eventually, like, for all the great success, and he's really built himself back up in these last few years. I hope he doesn't like torch it all down again and just.
But we're all missing the point here. We're talking about him now.
I mean, dude, that's the thing.
I mean, he is a legend. He deserves that much when he speaks.
Whether you like him or you hate him, we're talking about him. He's in the news. He put himself in the news, whether good or bad. He's still part of the topic. And
but
here he is.
Though. It's not translating.
Yeah, just because you're part of the conversation, that doesn't. What does that mean, though? I mean,
it means that his algorithm of his name popping up is up there. No matter what you do, no matter how you see it, any publicity is good publicity.
But there's a ceiling. There's a ceiling to that. There's a ceiling to that. Like, people are going to get tired of it eventually.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I mean, this is a guy he did stuff in the 90s. It's 2025, and we're still talking about the guy.
But it took him how long to come back to get
but we're
back
not questioning him
on top?
We're not questioning his legacy, though.
He was.
Yeah, we're not questioning the legacy.
And he was in no man's land there for quite a while. Like, nobody had heard
of him. Until whatnot, and then he came back out of the dirt and like a zombie, and started selling a whatnot.
Yeah. But you just said something very important in that last statement. Came out of the dirt. Why was he in the dirt the first place? Because this is what he does to himself sometimes. He's opened his mouth in the past and gotten the ire of fans.
He lies dormant, and then he erupts, and then he gets quiet, and then he comes back again, and he's gonna be 85 years old. There's gonna be a documentary on how he was treated wrong.
Visit the studio where he did his whatnots.
Where he did his whatnots at the signing table. Can I go home now?
Right, you know what I mean? LCS suck.
Like, everybody else is but him. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is with him. So, I mean, kudos to him. Great, like I said, great legacy and all that. I guess he can put himself in the news all the time, but I don't think like, oh, he's in the news, let me go buy that issue. I feel bad for him, you know what I mean? But it's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It's just
yeah. I love you, Rob, but shush. Yeah. Pete said, hey, I don't know if I said hi to Pete, but Station Pete, what is this guy on?
He'll go after DC next. Like, when DC has their success, he'll say something bad about it. And then he'll be back on this show. Can you believe what he said about Superman? You know what I'm saying?
Dude has been high on his own supply for decades. I hope his plan works for him. Wouldn't put money on it, though. Rogue said he just needs to chill. Space Ferret said it's not solely the comic store's responsibility to get the book ordered. The brunt of work belongs to the creators and the comic companies. I don't hate on the dude, but he's trying to make me ... Doesn't
Well,
he
that's the
know
thing.
that
So,
the
like for
shop
Image
owner-
Comics, they rely on the creators to really publish, to really market all their stuff, right? It's they
Mhm.
own everything.
Mhm.
They own the production.
Mhm.
They own the quality of the paper. They own whether it's a card stock. They own the price. They own everything. So they dictate everything. So it's like they're putting their own money on the line. They're marketing their own stuff. He has a platform for marketing, so it's probably going to do better than the average comic, right? And he can
Yep.
sell it through his own site and shit. But like,
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah. No, agree. Doesn't he
He's
know that
taking-
the
he's
surround
taking
clientele
shots.
dictate what the stores order? At least if
Right.
the shop is responsible and likes actually making money, no such thing as bad publicity. How many of the shops that he visited did he do signings at? That's a good point. I bet he already has a narrative ready to say how right this take is with receipts and a Todd Father impression.
Yeah, his
Oh,
Todd
yeah,
Father.
he's got the
his
best
Todd,
impression.
Yeah, he
His
does.
impression
Good
is
on
pretty good. Rob will never be a GOAT like Jim Lee because he is stuck up to do pop-up signings. Jim Lee is known for just showing up and signing at shops for hours. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, guys.
Good luck to him.
Man. All right, so that is the news tonight. Thank you guys for all of your insights, everybody in the chat, for all the stuff going on this week in the world of comic books and pop culture. Of course, we like to end the show with a little thing we like to call the blaming.
Why don't I own this? Why don't I own this?
All right, man. So let's get started with the blaming. Tonight, you know what? I'm gonna start off with my brother. Hold on, how do I do this? Big Herm. Herm, what do you got? And after you're blaming, let the people know where they can catch you next.
Well, I don't have a whole lot. I just have one thing. I don't think I showed this last time, but you know, like we talked about Transformers and stuff like that. I still pick up 4Ks or Blu-rays whenever I can, and I picked up this Transformers 1 4K Blu-ray.
Nice. Oh yeah.
I enjoyed it. Went with the lady in the theaters and stuff like that. Wasn't expecting much. And I enjoyed the heck out of the movie. Great movie. I always like to get it physically because it comes with the digital copy too. So the best of both worlds. And if you can't find it streaming anywhere, I could always go to my digital copy. And if they take that away, I could always go to this and watch it on my PlayStation or wherever device I have at the time. Yeah, I have this, and that's pretty much it. I don't think I have anything else to show. I do have a show this Sunday with my man Primetime Tom, 12 p.m. East on Sunday. Back to the Spider-Man world. So we're gonna keep with the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. We did the first 4 issues of that 12-issue mini-series, maxi series, I like to call it. And we're gonna keep on keeping on with what we did 61, 62, 64, 65 through 67. There's a death issue in there. Everybody's excited about to hear.
Can't wait.
So we're gonna cover that, and yeah, man, and that. And then of course on Tuesday, I think it's Tuesday. There's a certain show happening with a certain movie Fable's looking for. It's called Fight Club, I think it is, something like that.
Yeah.
I kind of like was hoping to have it here today to show it to you guys, but I did buy the Blu-ray for that.
Nice.
I'm still waiting for it. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to. I hope it comes. I'm sweating now because the day's coming. I need time to watch it, and I've seen it before, but it was years ago. And it let me down, man. Amazon's supposed to be the best. Stuff like, oh, get the whatever. I did, and it's not here yet. That should have been my rant too. You know what I'm saying? Rant again. You know what I mean? But,
there you go, late rant.
So pretty much, man. Tuesday night, I'm gonna be on this one collection down talking about Fight Club. Well, man, Phable, I think is 9 p.m. East too at that time. But
9 p.m. Eastern Tuesday night. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably talk about it again, but I'm definitely can't wait. It definitely circled on my calendar out of all the lists. I've seen, not because it's you, it literally was the movie I wanted to actually review, because I'm not a movie reviewer like you guys. You know, I don't do it as good as you guys. You know, I'd rather watch you guys, but I had to get in on that one. You know what I'm saying? My man Phable here.
It's okay. You can say it's because of me. I know you love me, Herm. I know you love me. and not for nothing, you know, I love those guys, but yeah, I think our movie is the best movie next week. I'm just saying.
It's my
2-hour classic.
The whole month. That's the top one for me. So Station, and and also I might have maybe a show coming. You know, a solo show coming soon. I don't want to say when, but I kind of miss. I love doing shows with everybody. I know, but I kind of miss doing some solos sometimes. And a lot of people are like, "What do you mean? You do a show with me?" You know what I'm saying? But no, I love you guys too. But sometimes I like to do a solos. I don't even know if anybody's gonna show up, but it's gonna be on one of the nights. I'm off. Probably Wednesday. Or Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could be the pre-show to a certain insight show that we heard of. You know, with my man here.
Yeah, bro. We can do like a double premiere. Then you can come you can come through and be a guest afterwards.
Oh man, that's gonna be a tall task. I wake up early to go to work.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got to get to sleep. I know. Yeah.
Maybe one day I could. Maybe
we could build up to it.
We could build up to it, and I could do both shows one night. You know what I'm saying? End of the year. I do gotta. It's been a while since I've been on that show, so I would love to do that. But we might be having a Whiplash Wednesday return. You know what I'm saying? So
there you go. There you go.
I'm working on something. I'm working on it. So Station, to you all, love you. Thanks for having me. Always, guys. I'm always enjoy being here. I know I'm one of the co-hosts on the show, even though I show up once a month or something like that. But you know, I love you guys.
Oh yeah.
Listen, man,
don't worry.
Appreciate it.
Herm, you can come on. I'll kick Eric off, bro. It'll just be me and you. You don't have to worry about him.
Yeah, but Herm's got to read some indie books, though. That might be a problem.
Oof. We'll work something out. You know what I mean? I do like Thundercats and stuff like that. That's indie, right? No?
Oh God.
I even know that. I think I even fucking know that answer. And I don't even read.
Never mind, Herm. Never mind. You're trying.
Thank you as always, Big Herm, for joining us on the show, man. I always appreciate you coming here. You always bring that good Herm energy that I love so much. Everybody, go follow Big Herm Collectibles. His stuff is in the description. Station, my brother. Thank you.
Let's go Knicks, baby. Come on, don't give up.
Big Stu.
Yeah, man, I do not have a blaming. I am blaming list tonight. We're moving at the end of the month, and I got Heroes Con on the horizon. So
you're moving? I didn't know that, dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah, getting
nice.
You coming in New York?
Nah, man. Just go to a couple miles down the road. Sorry, brother. I might be coming to NY in December though. So yeah, we're gonna have to get up if I do. Yeah, man. But catch me at Dr. Doom's Fan Club. Yeah, Dr. Doom's Fan Club on IG and YouTube for all sorts of great comic book content. I got surrounded by short boxes going through my favorite back issues and Inking Insights every Wednesday night with 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, check me out.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody, again, check out my man Dr. Doom's Fan Club doing amazing work over on his channel. Him and E link up for their show, Inking Insights. If you love comic books, do yourself a favor and go check out Inking Insights Wednesday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Hell yeah. My brother, my ace, my homie. What you got for us, man?
All right. So a little bit of a theme here. So I got another one right here. Did you know? I cannot wait for the smart ass answers here. Did you know that Little Bird went to 4th printing on freaking issue number 1? Oh man, the glare is fucking killing me. Look at that. There you go. There's the axe with the little tentacles. This is a 4th print of Little Bird issue number 1, 9.8. So I'm collecting a lot of these right now. So I have number 1 at a 9.8. So I'm just trying to collect them all.
You have all the different printings?
Not yet. So I have 1st printing, obviously, and then I have 4th printing. So I have a 1st printing 9.8, a 4th printing 9.8. There is a Ashcan 9.8. There's the 2nd print is the hardest one. It's a Trad Moore, and it is impossible to find. Like you can get them raw. There's like 1 graded. You can get them raw, but they're really
the
expensive.
Trad I would definitely be
More's hard.
interested in the Trad Moore. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Trad Moore sharing studio space with Ian Bertram. So like Ian Bertram, Trad Moore, and James Tinian are in the same office building, and they all just bounce ideas off each other. Yeah,
you imagine that
talk to them the
studio?
other day.
Yeah.
So they're bouncing shit off each other all the time, which makes total sense. When you look at Ian's art and you look at Trad's art, you're like, can you imagine that conversation and what kind of crap they're on when they're tossing around ideas? So that's really, really cool. So I'm going to try to complete that whole thing. It's just a long-term goal of mine right there. Bill Sienkiewicz Artisan Edition for Mutants, Moon Knights, and Assassins.
Very nice.
Oh my god,
That's good stuff.
The only thing I regret is like that this thing is not that was giant like these guys down here, like the giant heart, like the ones, the hardcover ones.
Those are grimoires though, dude. You need like a freaking podium to read those joints.
I know, yeah, it is something else. But like seeing those original pages and high quality scans and whatnot is just really, really dope. So yeah, just intaking all this stuff. I love just kind of seeing all that stuff. It's a pretty good presentation, and they're not, you know, the IDW had a sale recently. I think Stu, this is probably a blame Stu.
Yep.
They had an IDW 50% off sale. This was part of it, so it's actually pretty cheap. What were they, like $20 or something for these?
Yeah, they're $20.
That wasn't bad at all, and yeah, it's just super dope.
They got some other big boy books that are also 50% off. I just didn't want to. It's dependent on how much you're going to spend, but I think the sale's still going on. Yeah, so if y'all want to get on it, get on it.
What did you pick up? You got that one, and what else?
I got that one and some Mignola Hellboy.
Oh, the Mignola Hellboy. Yeah. And this is the Blame Taqi Santos Sisters hardcover, the collected edition. So
let's go.
Look at this though. I've never seen this before.
The acetate, right? Yeah, that shit is sick, dude.
Nice.
So it has an acetate cover, but it's a reveal cover.
Yeah, dude.
I don't want to draw it. So as you,
that is sick. Hell yeah,
actually
I
pretty
love
cool.
it.
So if you like Archie kind of art, but you like more like adult themes and scenarios and whatnot, so Santos Sisters is all about that. So this collects issues like 1 through 5, 1 through 6, something like that. And inside, if you order from Fantagraphics, you got the Greg and Fake little, I don't know, book plate or just, you know, a little insert right there. And I got a two of 119, so pretty early.
Number 2.
Oh, that's sick, dude.
So yeah, little thing there. We met the guys at Heroes Con last year. Hopefully they're going to come back. I'll probably bring this if they do come back.
Do they bring copies of Santos Sisters at first print?
Yeah, they had all the single issues there.
I would pay anybody that goes to Heroes Con for issues 1 through 7 first prints. Just let me know. And yeah, we could talk, man.
Yeah, last time we were there, they had them all. We went ahead.
I'll send you the dough before you even buy it.
Yeah, we were grabbing all of them, and he would just sign them all. Like only one of the guys was there at the time, and yeah, it's so cool. This is great design on these. So this book was really, really cool. So
oh yeah,
blame Taqi for that one for sure.
Blame Taqi for sure. Oh
yeah. But that's all for the blaming. But tomorrow night I should have Nick at Night out. We had tons of like shipping issues right now, so I'm actually still reading some books. I'm going to try to shoot tomorrow morning. Hopefully that's going to be out tomorrow night. So if you're in the comic book review, Saturday night, 7:00 Central Time. And of course I have a haul videos and everything else. Eric's got something in the can that me, Eric, and Stu were working on recently. So I can't wait for that to be finally released. It's very timely. And so that's gonna be really cool. Just tons of extra videos coming out. Comic book breakdowns and things like that. So you can check out the channel and see if there's anything there that you'd be digging. But I appreciate it, man. Thanks so much for having me on here. It's been a killer time.
Always, man. You know, I love you. You know, I appreciate every time you co-host this show with me. Everybody go check out Nick Comic Culture, one of the premier reviewers of comics on YouTube, and that's a fact, bro.
Big thanks.
Yeah, if you need somebody else to tell you what's good and what's not good, yeah, sure.
Oh man, I love you, Nick.
Thanks,
Caesar, my brother, thank you for coming on tonight. What do you have for the blaming? I know you got some shit. Come on. I mean, your wall is a blaming.
Yeah.
Well, I will say I do blame Phable for making me cranky on my fucking happy hour Friday. I'm saying usually we're pretty easy. I'm pretty happy, but I couldn't get up. I couldn't get a refill of my tequila and all that. But I tell you what, I did get this DNA book.
Yeah.
From my good friend Comic Uprising, who hooked me up. I luckily I didn't get it till later, but when I talked to David Nakayama
Oh wow.
I had him on the podcast once, and I wish I would have had this before, and I would have had him sign it. But this is pretty cool. It's a nice little table book there. But other than that, I got not a lot. So I got to promote myself, right? Caesar the Real Dracula's Wolf on Instagrams. Lately, I've been taking a break from buying some stuff, and I'm just basically focusing on my figures and pairing. So what I'm doing lately is my goal is to get a figure for each one of my books on my wall. And I'm not showing my whole wall because there's some stuff there that I have not yet to do a reel for. But if you watch and you follow me, I make a little reel where I put my figures along with the books, and I'll do a little creative stuff. So I'm fixated on that, and people are hooking me up with like figures or like sending me boxes of stuff that it's this community rocks, man. This community.
Oh yeah.
I talk about how toxic it could be, but this community rocks. And I always talk about it, people. It's so large, but it's so small because everybody knows each other.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of weird.
Kind of like the cheers bar, right? Everybody knows your name.
Everybody knows your name. Everybody knows that geek, right? Yeah. We're all Cliff Clavens of the comic community because we know a bunch of useless shit. So the other thing is I'm also still doing my voiceovers for my promos. If you have any reels you want to promote, any business or whatever it is, and you want a voiceover, tell me what you want. I could do Macho Man, Gollum, Puss in Boots, you know, whatever you want, Keanu Reeves, Batman, whatever it is. But, you know, if you want an example, I can say something like, in a world, every Friday, Blame Phable rules the podcast night. Then I have my podcast every Tuesday, myself and Dale, Culinary Comics, every Tuesday night, 9:15 p.m. Eastern. The Comic Menu on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Like you heard, Phable, our Facebook page has 91,000 followers. It's just stuff, just all comic nerd stuff. Everyone's just all sweaty and Cheeto fingers, and they all start talking about stuff. You know, that's what it is. And we have a lot of stuff. We've had Phable on a few times. Great guest. He's going to be on the future as well. I love chewing the fat with that guy, but we like to have a lot of artists coming on. Ryan Kincaid is a usual guy. I talked about Ivan Tao, John Jang, David Sanchez, John Boy Myers. Oh my gosh, just a lot of guys like to come on because I like to tell people, kind of like this show, it feels like you're in a living room with some friends and you're just talking shit. You're just talking comics. You're just talking pop culture stuff. And it's not stuffy, right? So that's what great. And Phable, thanks, man. I appreciate you having me on the show, and always a blast with all of you guys. It's you guys are fun.
Absolutely. Always love having you on.
Thanks for coming back, dude.
Definitely gonna come back in the future, and I'm definitely gonna jump on some more Comic Menu, man. Guys, check out Caesar and the Comic Menu.
That's right.
Oh yeah. Yeah, always killing it, my brother. Thank you so much. Look at that wall, guys. Look at that freaking wall.
And it goes on. And it goes on.
Jesus Christ. Don't do it, some season. Stop flexing.
I don't want to do it.
Stop
I know. Well, I think I just pulled something, to be honest. I'm a bitch.
I'm sure
another thing to blame you about, you fool.
Oh man, just real quick, man. I don't know if everybody knows. I did a show recently where I talked about I stopped collecting basically full time, like doing the Wednesday Warrior thing. Does not mean I'm out of comics. It's not because I got people that hit me up with that shit. Believe it or not, they're like, "Phable, you leaving? Like you're gone? That's it?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not gone. Just can't, I can't keep up with the Wednesday thing. That's all. But that doesn't mean I'm not picking up books. One of my favorite things going on is the Energon universe. And your boy had to catch up on the Energon universe. And Nick came on here and, he was talking about Ian Bertram, 4th printing of Little Bird. Well, how about an 11th printing of Void Rivals, Nick? The real precious metals, okay?
Why is everything else a precious metal? No, there's only one.
And there can only be one. Invincible? Yeah, Ryan Otley on the cover for this one,
That's
guys.
sick, bro. That
Sweet.
is sick.
11 printings. 11. God. Guys,
Crazy.
I
What
can't
number
tell
is
you how much
that?
I love.
Is
Huh?
that number one? Is that a number one?
Yeah.
Number one
Oh,
has
yeah.
to be, yeah, 11 printings. Yeah.
11 printings for Void
Wow.
Rivals. The love for the Energon universe has been so insatiable in our community, and I cannot be more, how do you call it, validated in my love for Transformers. Anyway,
Great series, man. I love that series.
of course, number 17 just dropped. Void Rivals. Robert Kirkman. Yes. Walking
Have you read that one? I'm interested to know what you think about that issue, because
I have
we can talk in the
not.
back chat, because it's
I have not.
you might learn a few things yourself.
No,
It's
I'm pretty
interesting.
sure I would, man.
Yeah.
They've been doing some interesting things in that book. Also, not to be outdone by Void Rivals, Transformers number 1, 11th printing of Transformers number 1. Yeah. And from what I know, when you get a printing, it's because you're sold out at the distribution level. Is that right, or am I off base here?
I think they control what they put out. So yeah, if they feel like another print's gonna sell, they'll put more prints out. I don't think it has to do with any magical distribution things. The numbers are there. They'll put a 12th out.
They'll put a 12th out. There you go.
Did they do the gold foils for Void Rivals for the 10th one like they did for Transformers?
Yeah.
They
For
did?
the 10
Yeah.
printing? Yeah. Yep.
That was really dope. I like that.
I gotta
Yeah.
get
Phable
that.
has it.
Yeah, I love those. Those are so sick.
Come on, you know I have it. You know I have
Phable has it. He has them all.
it. This is a third printing for number 11, and this is the Jay Anceloto third
You need to
printing
stop.
variant.
You need to stop, man. I
Yeah,
saw that
I
at
love
my
that
shop,
cover. That's so good.
and I
Yeah.
didn't pick it up. Now I'm going to see it. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to blame you again. Damn.
That's
Yeah,
sick,
man.
bro.
Cover's
This is
so
one of
gorgeous.
my absolute favorite characters from Transformers RC.
Uh-huh.
I
Yep.
had to get this when I saw it. I thought it was
It's
so
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
If
Anceloto
I
did
don't
the same.
see it, I'm going to kick myself in the face. Kick right there. Bah! In the shop.
There's also a second printing for number 12, which features. Somebody told me this is the first appearance in the alternate mode, but I do not believe that is true. I believe number 1, cover D, is the first appearance of Shredhead, the newest Transformer.
Yeah.
So the van
like
was. Yeah. Go ahead.
He's
No, I
the
was
one
gonna say
that
that's
came
like
out
the 18 van.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
the-
It's Zach Van. Yep.
He's the one that came out in the last issue, right? Like,
Yes. Number
it started kicking
17.
ass and all that. Because
Yeah.
I read
So
it.
So the van was in the earliest issues, even spray painted.
Yeah.
But
Van's
the
been
previous
with 'em.
issue was the first transformed Shredhead
Okay.
that we saw. So this might be a first cover, maybe. I don't know.
I look back at my CLZ trying to
Mhm.
search this van on any cover that I have, and this
Yeah,
van is
cover-wise.
actually on the cover of cover D of issue number 1.
Yeah. Okay.
They're running away from Starscream.
Yeah. Because we saw the van
Yeah.
early on.
Yeah.
Right away.
But somebody told me this was the first. Listen, it doesn't matter. This cover kicks ass. I love it.
That's great.
It was like a tease. It's a tease, and we didn't get it till now. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It took 18 issues to get it.
Yeah, and this one was kind of snuck under the radar, right? Because it's a number 12 second printing. I don't know if your shop is carrying this, but I got me a copy. Of course, regular cover 18, the first full appearance of Shredhead.
Man, they've all been so great. Like all his cover A's have
So
just
much
been awesome.
fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But not to be outdone,
Great cover.
but certainly just as good. My man George Corona.
Yes,
That's such a good one.
Beautiful cover for number 18. Megatron is returning. Yeah, finally. I also got the cover C for number 18. Another beautiful cover with Ravage and eyeless Megatron there. Gorgeous cover.
He
And
has
of course,
a scene in the last book with Ravage, and he's like, loyalty. All I hear is his voice. You know what I mean? I keep forgetting his name, but.
And of course, the star of the show, of course, Shredhead, fully transformed, first cover appearance. This is definitely one to pick up if you guys haven't picked it up. Yeah. Hasbro, get on this right away. I need a figure of this, and I need the box to have art by Danny Warren Johnson all over it.
Oh yeah,
I will buy 2 of them immediately. Like, not even lying, man.
What a missed opportunity if they don't, man.
Yeah,
they'll come out with 2 versions. They'll come out with one without the art, and then the other one will come out. Then you'll get like 5 of each one. You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna happen.
The 20th printing.
Yep.
And that is my blaming. Again, I'm out of the comics, but I'm not going to stop Transformers. Are you out of your mind? Come on. Yeah. Oh, I did pick up this one. Geiger. Hello.
Oh,
hello,
nice.
Roman.
There you go.
Let's go.
Great issue.
All right. So, yep, you can definitely find me here every Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, on the One Collection Down channel with all of these fine gentlemen. We rotate. We got a bunch of guys on the panel, but a lot of these guys are here week to week. So definitely check us out Friday nights. This Tuesday, as Herm was saying, I have joined the March Madness Film Festival from Pop Culture Philosophers. I have 3 movies that I'm covering. This is the first time I've ever done movie reviews, guys. I already got one out of the way with Flatliners, and that was a great panel. I had John Comics with Kids. I had Greg, Bearded Comic Bro.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, just a bunch of people hanging out with me that day. But come join us this Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern, because we will be reviewing the modern classic Fight Club, man. I can't wait to get into that. Stu is going to be hanging out with me. Big Herm is going to be hanging out with me. Verno is going to be hanging out with me.
All right.
And I also have my brother Scotty hanging out with us as well. And the man himself, Rockin' Robbie Billups from Pop Culture Philosophers, will be there that night. It's going to be a great night for our second going at March Madness. Guys, this show has been amazing. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out tonight in the chat. Just always an incredible chat, always an incredible panel. Love you guys. We'll catch you next Friday, and hopefully I'll see you this Tuesday. There's only one thing left to say. Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes. Hey.
Party on, dudes. Party on, dudes.
The Peach Mamoko.